Hello again and welcome back to the Elder Wisdom Info channel. Today, we're exploring something quietly, powerful, something simple, almost invisible, yet deeply transformative. It's not a rare superfood or a complicated supplement regimen. It's not even a revolutionary exercise plan. What we're talking about today are habits. Small, daily rituals that people who live well into their 90s and beyond tend to adopt not because they read about them in a book, but because over time, these habits made them feel more alive, more balanced, and more connected to each day. These aren't loud or flashy routines. They're the kind of actions that feel so simple, many people overlook them entirely. But when practiced with consistency, they create a rhythm that supports both body and mind in aging well. In this video, we'll unpack 6 of these habits practices you can start tomorrow morning without spending a dime. They take just a few minutes, but can make a profound difference in your energy, focus, and long-term well-being. Stay with us, you might just find the missing piece to your morning. A consistent wake-up time among the many patterns seen in people who live long, healthy lives. One of the most consistent is something deceptively simple. They wake up at the same time every single day. Not just during the work week, not just when they have plans, but every day, weekends, holidays, and even when they don't technically have to. What's remarkable is that for many of these elders, this pattern becomes so natural that they don't even need an alarm clock. Their body just knows. Why does this matter so much? It has everything to do with your body's internal rhythms, known as circadian rhythms. These rhythms regulate everything from hormone production and metabolism to mental clarity and immune function. When you wake up at inconsistent times, your internal system gets thrown off, making it harder to feel rested, focused, and balanced. On the other hand, a regular wake-up time trains your body to function more efficiently. Take Raymond, 86. Who hasn't needed an alarm clock in decades. He rises at 6:45 a.m. like clockwork, waters his garden, and begins his day feeling refreshed and clear-minded. This habit signals stability, a regulated internal environment where healing and energy production are optimized. You don't have to wake up early, just wake up consistently. Start there and let your body fall into rhythm. Getting natural sunlight early. Another underrated yet incredibly powerful longevity habit is stepping into natural light shortly after waking up. For many people in their 90s and beyond, this isn't just an occasional act, it's a non-negotiable part of the morning. This habit isn't about basking in the sun for hours or getting a tan. It's about reconnecting with the light that tells your body it's time to start the day. Your brain responds to that morning light by resetting your circadian clock, regulating your hormones, especially cortisol, which helps you feel awake and alert, and melatonin, which supports restful sleep. Later that night, it even increases serotonin levels, improving your mood and sense of well-being. Clara, 88, doesn't skip this ritual. She opens her blinds, sips her tea by the window, and spends a few moments watching the world come to life. Sometimes she reads, sometimes she reflects, and sometimes she just smiles at the sunlight. It's her quiet anchor. No backyard? No problem. Open a window, sit near a patch of sunlight, or step onto a balcony or doorstep. You only need 5 to 10 minutes without sunglasses or screens to get the full benefit. It's an incredibly easy habit to adopt, and the return on investment is massive for your physical and mental health. Drinking water first thing. Hydration might sound too simple to be powerful, but drinking water first thing in the morning is a foundational habit among many people who age gracefully. The body does a tremendous amount of work overnight repairing cells, digesting food, balancing hormones, and it does all of this without taking in any fluids. So by morning, you're waking up mildly dehydrated, whether you feel thirsty or not. Dehydration, even in small amounts, can affect your memory, your concentration, your blood pressure, and even your mood. Starting your day with 1 or 2 glasses of water before coffee or breakfast can dramatically improve how you feel and function. Charles, a 90-year-old retired teacher, has done this for years. He drinks a full glass of room-temperature water with lemon before speaking to anyone, including his cat. He says it clears his head and helps him feel more present. He may think it's just a refreshing ritual, but the truth is, he's protecting his kidneys, boosting his digestion, and helping every cell in his body function more smoothly. Make water the first thing your body receives in the morning. Over time, this small act becomes a pillar of vitality. Gentle morning movement people who live long, active lives often begin their mornings with something our fast-paced world tends to skip: gentle, mindful movement. We're not talking about intense workouts or sweating buckets at the gym. We're talking about light stretching, a short walk, or a few minutes of balance practice movements that remind the body that it matters and is capable. Leonard, 87, has a simple but consistent routine. Each morning he does neck rolls, shoulder circles, and stands near the kitchen counter to do a little balance work. It takes him less than 10 minutes, but he swears it helps him move better throughout the day and stay sharper mentally. Morning movement increases blood flow to the brain, reduces joint stiffness, supports flexibility, and even reduces the risk of falls, which is crucial as we age. You don't need a yoga mat or fancy equipment. You just need to make space, both physical and mental, to connect with your body. By honoring your muscles and joints with intentional movement, you're telling them you still have a role to play. And that message makes a lasting impact. A moment of stillness or reflection in the whirlwind of modern life, where productivity is prized above peace. One of the most healing things you can do in the morning is simply to pause. Many long-lived individuals have some form of stillness baked into their routine, no because it's trendy, but because it feeds something deeper than the body. Whether it's prayer, meditation, journaling, or just sitting with a cup of tea and looking out the window, this quiet moment creates space for calm. Helen, 85, writes down 3 things she's grateful for every morning, then spends a few more minutes in silence. She says it's her way of checking in with herself before the world starts pulling at her attention. This pause reduces cortisol, stabilizes emotions, improves clarity, and builds emotional resilience. You don't need a specific practice or a label for it. Just take a few minutes each morning that belong only to you. In doing so, you're not just caring for your mind, you're reminding your nervous system that it's safe to be still. And that kind of reassurance lays the foundation for a more centered, patient, and joyful life. A light, nourishing breakfast. One of the most consistently shared morning rituals among long-lived individuals is something many of us overlook or rush through: eating a light, nourishing breakfast. These folks don't usually skip breakfast, and they also don't overload it with sugar or processed foods. Instead, they start their day with simple, balanced meals that gently wake up the body. Think oatmeal with a few berries, a boiled egg with toast, or yogurt with a sprinkle of seeds. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, but everything chosen with intention. George, age 91, eats a grapefruit, scrambled eggs, and drinks a warm cup of tea every morning, a habit he picked up in the Navy and never let go of. He says it keeps him steady. And science agrees. A light, nutritious breakfast can help balance blood sugar, support cognitive function, and reduce stress levels throughout the day. It's not just about fuel. It's a form of self-respect, a way of saying, my body deserves care. Right from the start, the quiet power of routine. Now that we've explored these 6 simple yet powerful morning habits, it's clear that the secret to a longer, healthier life isn't locked away in some far-off breakthrough. It's here, in the calm, repeated choices that begin each day. These habits: waking up consistently, getting natural light, drinking water, moving gently, pausing in stillness, and eating a mindful breakfast, aren't grand or dramatic. They're quiet, often invisible to others. But over time, they send a powerful message to your body and spirit. I care about you. You matter. That kind of daily care builds strength from the inside out. So whether you're doing all of them or just starting with one, know that the path to longevity is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Thank you for joining us today. If one of these habits spoke to you, tell us about it in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep journeying with us. We're so glad you're here.